Where do you feel the biggest challenges lie in achieving our objectives? Policy, we know, of course, you have great experience in EU public affairs.
Good question. Well, the biggest challenge is the cost. Let's be very clear. The cost needs to be reduced, and that's where policy needs to focus in priority to get that cost down. Currently, policy needs to make that choice. We've seen the excellent work of the European Commission last year with several packages tabled. What I must say is that this is going in the right direction, but we need some improvements here and there. Congratulations on the European Commission for setting a target for use of renewable hydrogen in industry using hydrogen. This is really where the priority should be, and this is very good that the Commission has set such a target. This will be key to secure investment across the value chain. That will make sure that investments happen, and this will keep the competitive advantage in Europe for the technologies linked to renewable hydrogen. So that's very good. Now, we also need, as part of this framework of policy, the right framework itself, and for that we need good definitions of hydrogen. Currently, there is this discussion on the delegated act on additionality. It's clear that we need more renewables in the system. I agree with York. This is really important to scale up the renewables capacity we have in Europe. But at the same time, we can't leave. We need to make sure that economic operators get access to renewables in a pragmatic way and in an affordable way to ensure we lower the cost of renewable hydrogen. So the delegated act on additionality will be key for defining renewable hydrogen, and this is very much pending for economic operators. There is another dimension on this definition framework, which is the definition of low carbon. I think it's very important that we ensure a level playing field and reward those players that are interested in investing in renewable hydrogen. And for this, we need the right methodologies measuring the emission savings. And we need to put all the hydrogen types at the same level, on the same footing. And here we need to make sure we have life cycle emissions assessments, minimum capture rates for carbon capture equipment. We need to factor in the reality of methane leakage to make sure we see a level playing field. And this is an area that needs to be improved in policy when we look at what the Commission has tabled. Two last points on policy, I think, which are absolutely needed. Faster and simpler permitting. This is absolutely key. This is a key bottleneck. And that needs to be tackled urgently by EU authorities and national authorities. We cannot wait 8 years for a wind farm to be built for supplying the electrons that will be needed in the electrolysers that were built in 1 year. We need to tackle that. And finally, we need to think about the strategic opportunity that lies ahead of us, which is responding to Yorgo here. Indeed, we have this challenge of ramping up the production of hydrogen on the one hand, but we also have to ramp up the production of the technologies that will produce this hydrogen at the same time. This is an unprecedented challenge for industry. And this is where we need to really strategically incentivize this value chain and build gigawatt factories for electrolyzer manufacturing in Europe. This is the only way we will keep the competitive edge of this industry in Europe. We need to move to mass production, automation, and mirror what other industries have been doing. I'm thinking of the car industry, for example. These are areas where the European Union can support and should support.